Hey team, welcome to another adventure with our family. Today we've been at the Nelson Lakes. We have had some beautiful days here. Been a little bit crisp in the morning, only like -1 or so, but we've been parked in the shade on power here at Kerr Bay, which is a great little spot. But today we're heading off to Murchison. We're just about to hook up. We've been cleaning up the inside, so we'll go hook up the caravan and off we go. So Murchison is a small rural village pretty far from any main town, so a good stop for a pie if you're passing through, or there's some exploring to be done here and so many rivers. The drive from St Arnaud and the Nelson Lakes is about 60 kilometres, so just under an hour for us towing. Now I said it's pretty far from any main town, which means we were in for a pretty stunning drive through the mountains. But before we get too far out of the road, we need to check in on that ice skating rink from last episode to see if it was frozen enough to walk on. We thought we'd come back and check out the frozen pond since it's the last day. It was 4 days ago that we were here, but it hasn't really been that cold. One of the nights wasn't even a frost, so I don't know if it's any thicker. For us North Islanders, the idea of a frozen pond that you can stand on sounds so much fun. But this is still early June and we might have better luck later on in the winter. Well, it's not quite frozen enough for us, but I'm looking forward to seeing more of this kind of frozen stuff this winter in the South Island.
Let's get lost, ignore the signs. Streets of black and white, let's come in these lines. Oh, 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 a heart run wild, knows no end, a love untied, will rise again. Turn down the lights tonight, the moon's our guide. We dance, we sing, we live, we love tonight. Let's run from the dawn before it knows we're gone.
Cool, well we have made it to Murchison. We're staying at the NZMCA camp here, which is $10 a night for our family. They've got full facilities, even a dump station, which is a bit of a bonus. But from blue skies at Nelson Lakes, we're kind of in the fog here. Hopefully it will clear. Test out our new solar controller, the Victron. It'll finally get a good go now that we're unplugged from power. So when I say full facilities, I mean water, rubbish, recycling and dump station. No bathrooms here. You have to be self-contained. While filling up with water, our water filter sprung a leak, which went from a pinhole to blowing itself out. We've always used a filter when we've travelled, as some towns heavily treat their water and it can taste bad. We don't want anything like that getting stuck in our tanks. Well, that sun's breaking through. It appears that no one wants to be hanging out in Murchison right now. Just got the one motorhome behind us. And we've come down the centre park, so we've got our noisy kids to ourselves. But we thought that while the skies were clearing, that we'd make some lunch before heading off for an adventure. I whipped up some chicken breast, which I coated in crushed corn chips and fried. Blimmin' awesome with some salad and vogels. Alright, well we have got a pretty wintry forecast for the next couple of weeks really. So we are heading to go see the Maruia Falls while it is a nice sunny day. That fog has cleared and it's got beautiful out there. So we're going to go on a little bit of a tiki tour and see what we can see, because tomorrow is saying 100% chance of rain, which is not good for exploring, especially in places like this. The places that we like to go generally are surrounded in nature. Towns for us serve as a restock and shop, and then we're out of there. But that means when the weather's not good, there isn't much for us to do in these places. Although we always have the option of going to town, and sometimes if we see that we've got bad weather coming, we might even opt to stay in a town until the weather clears. The beauty of time and options when you're travelling. Alright, well we've made it to the Maruia Falls. I'm going to check out this waterfall. Nice little short walk down through some bush to get there. Apparently these waterfalls did not exist until some earthquake. It might be a sign, but I think it was around 1934 there was an earthquake here and these rocks must have exploded out of the ground and formed this waterfall. And if you're watching from overseas, New Zealand is quite a known country for earthquakes. We do have some quite big earthquakes here on the Pacific Ring of Fire. That's why New Zealand is so mountainous.
The forest sings to me, a wild and open vacancy, a story we can read. The page is calling out to me, a summit I can't see. Find it on the mountain peak. The trail that I walked so long, covers my feet in dust. No part of my soul that it won't touch. Tall quiet trees, so lush, held in the mountain's arms. Now I don't know why I feel like I'm in
What a beautiful evening to be at the playground. Hard to believe that we had rain in the forecast for the early hours of tomorrow morning.
I come down to the local school here in Murchison. Pretty cool and old school style playground here for a school, which I love. Heaps of cool things for the kids to do and play. And it's right next to the NZMCA park, which is a bonus, so you can see people parked just here through the trees.
Because our kids are getting older, a lot of the local public playgrounds are a lot tamer these days, so our kids love these kinds of old school adventurous ones.
No, it's always wrong since it's nothing.
Well, as predicted, the rain is here and it's very wet. There's old mate. Old mate over there in the rain, can't help himself. What are you doing in the rain? Don't even think about stopping. You're not getting wet for 5 minutes and then coming in. You can stay out there all day now. All day. Been doing a bit of video editing today because it has rained the entire day, but a reality of winter camping when it's no sun at all, charging everything up with the generator running outside, but that's all good. Well, another day. The rain has cleared. I have dental pain. Oh, there's nowhere to get a dentist anywhere near here. It's Nelson or like Christchurch. There's one in Westport. But anyway, we've come to the Gorge and we are gonna go explore. It's the longest swing bridge, I think, in New Zealand. So luckily the rain has stopped and we've got good pain relief in the caravan.
I'm scared already.
Good thing, the winter time. It's only like 4 other cars in the car park.
So the cost for entry is $40 for a family. It's not going to break the bank, but really you're just paying to cross the bridge. There are a few walks in the bush to do once you cross over, which is what we had planned to do.
Oh. I'm not ready for this. I'm coming. Oh look, here comes someone.
Kids are straight into it.
So the swing bridge is the longest in New Zealand at 110 metres long, and it's about 20 metres above the river.
Here, car.
And after all of the rain that we had yesterday, the river was running pretty high.
Bloody hell, this is a long bridge. Thinking of some of our friends that hate swing bridges while I'm crossing this. Goodness, I don't know if I'd want there to be 15 people on that bridge maxing it out. How did you kids find that?
Riley was crying.
No, I wasn't. Toby was.
Riley was
No,
crying.
I wasn't. Toby was so.
I don't think any of the kids were crying. I was nearly crying. That was scary.
So with the kids full of energy after a day mostly in the caravan yesterday, it was nice to be able to come and do some loop walks. You know I love a good loop.
So I'm guessing that's the same earthquake as the earthquake from the other waterfalls back in 1929. I think I said 34 the other day when we were there.
Look.
300K.
We're umming and ahhing whether we go to Hamner Springs today, but man, the kids I think must have been a bit cabin feverish after the day of rain yesterday, because they are just off on this trail, man. Laughing like it's the best thing they've ever done. Yeah. Okay.
We came across a tree with the markings of the big floods on the river. Some of them are very high. I missed the marker which was up even higher in the tree.
Could you imagine how much water that is? Like the river's flooded now.
Not even up to this one.
So July 2021, you can kind of see where the water must have come up to. There's a big line across the hillside on the other side where everything must have been stripped. Toby's digger.
We've made it to the giant Katia tree.
It's a pretty big tree, all right, quite far away. We're still quite far away from it.
20 minutes will require good footwear.
The next junction offered a walk to the top of the hill, offering good views and photo opportunities. Only Jade and Soph ventured on this edition. I guess it's nice, but we've definitely seen better. Also, this section got pretty wet. The adventurers had a good adventure.
According to the sign, this is a good photo opportunity.
Nothing for it. Hey Jade. We tried to crash through the blackberry over there, but that wasn't a good idea either.
There was a big ditch.
We did the bushline walk. We decided not to do the falls walk because it said
dry weather track.
dry weather track, and we already had some issues with the existing track. But the bushline was pretty choice. Like, not bad for a bush
Yeah.
and a tiny view.
So I was able to get a dental appointment in Nelson yesterday. They've got like an emergency clinic there. It seems like that's about all they do. It's called AM Dental. I don't know if you can see, I got a bit of swelling in my gums this morning. So there's probably, I don't know what they're going to do, we'll find out when I get there I guess. But we're heading to Nelson, so it's about an hour 40 from here. That's just a return trip just to see a dentist. Well, I just had my tooth ripped out, man. That was not fun. That was the most pain I've ever had at the dentist. Maxed me out on anesthetic, but I was like, oh, what's the other option? But my tooth's pulled out, and I'm beside myself. I'm glad it's done and over. I've taken quite a bit of pain relief, some paracetamol and ibuprofen. Big tooth. Oh. Anyway, waiting for some antibiotics because it not only was it had to be pulled, but it was infected.
So next time we struggle up in Hamner Springs with freezing conditions, we left earlier than expected and headed down to Culverden, a tiny farming community, to find a low-cost powered site. Winter travel can be a bit messy when you're in the extremes, so we'll look forward to sharing that with you next time.